In a world where most remain trapped by their own limitations, a rare few choose to break free. They choose transformation, power, and mastery over themselves. While others wait for change, they create it. They rise beyond doubt, beyond hesitation, beyond fear, forging a mind so sharp and a presence so unshakable that nothing can stop them. For centuries, the wisdom of the East has revealed the path to inner mastery, the discipline of the mind, the strength of the spirit, and the unwavering control over one's own destiny. True power does not come from force, it comes from within. And right now, at this very moment, you are standing at the edge of something extraordinary. No more waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is here. The only question is, will you take it? Your past does not define you. Every mistake, every failure, every doubt, they do not hold you back. They are stepping stones, lessons that have brought you to this exact moment. But now it is time to let go. The habits that have weighed you down, the excuses that have stolen your potential, the fears that have kept you small, today they die. The teachings of the great masters reveal that true transformation begins with detachment. Just as a serpent sheds its skin, you must strip away the version of yourself that is comfortable in weakness, in hesitation, in uncertainty. This does not mean rejecting who you were. It means understanding that the past no longer has power over you. Who you were is gone. Who you will become starts now. The first step is commitment. You cannot rise to power with half-hearted effort. Imagine standing at the edge of a river, hesitant to jump in. You can dip your toes in, test the water, but you will never experience the depth, the force, the full power of transformation until you immerse yourself completely. Today, you must take that leap. Commitment is deciding that from this moment forward, you will no longer negotiate with weakness. You will no longer entertain distractions that slow you down. You will no longer postpone your transformation to tomorrow. The path to greatness is not found in waiting, it is found in action. Look in the mirror. The person staring back at you is the only one who can make this change happen. No one else is responsible for your growth. No one else will do it for you. Your future is forged by your decision, your discipline, your unwavering dedication. So today, burn the bridge to your old self. Release the habits that drain your energy. Abandon the cycle of self-doubt and step forward with certainty. Because from this moment on, hesitation has no place in your life. The journey has begun. Your mind is the greatest tool you have. It can be your weapon or your prison, your greatest ally or your greatest enemy. Everything you do, every action you take, every limitation you believe in, it all starts in your mind. If you wish to become unshakable, unstoppable, and unrecognizable in your transformation, you must first take full control of your thoughts. Every day your mind shapes your reality. If you allow doubt to take root, you will live in fear and hesitation. But if you program your mind for strength, discipline, and confidence, you will move through life with unbreakable clarity and purpose. The wisdom of the ancients teaches that suffering does not come from the world, it comes from our perception of it. Your beliefs create the world you live in. So ask yourself, what thoughts are keeping you weak? What stories have you told yourself about what you can or cannot do? Perhaps you have convinced yourself that you lack discipline, that you are not smart enough, not strong enough, not capable enough to change. But these are illusions, mental chains you have allowed to bind you. The truth is, you are limitless. The only thing standing in your way is your own mind. Reprogramming your mind requires conscious effort. Today, eliminate weak language. Erase phrases like, "I can't," "It's too hard," or "I'll never be able to." Replace them with power. Speak words of strength. I am in control of my thoughts. I am strong. I am capable of extraordinary transformation. Words carry energy, and what you tell yourself repeatedly becomes your reality. Guard your mental environment. What are you feeding your mind? Are you filling it with distractions, negativity, and self-doubt? Or are you nourishing it with wisdom, knowledge, and power? Read books that sharpen your mind. Listen to teachings that fuel your growth. Surround yourself, physically or digitally, with influences that strengthen your spirit. Master your inner dialogue. When a negative thought arises, do not fight it. Observe it, detach from it, and replace it with something stronger. Like a warrior sitting in deep meditation, become the master of your own mind. If you can control your mind, you can control your... You are the architect of your future. Discipline is the foundation of all power. It is what separates the weak from the strong, the ordinary from the unstoppable. Without discipline, dreams remain dreams. Potential is wasted. The path to true transformation is not found in fleeting motivation, but in relentless self-mastery. If you truly want to become unrecognizable in the best way possible, you must take control, not just of your mind, but of your actions, your habits, and, most importantly, your time. Where does your time go? Every second that passes either moves you closer to your destiny or further away from it. Time is the most valuable resource you have, yet most people waste it, acting as if they have an endless supply. But the truth is, time is fleeting. Every moment you waste today will never return. This is why the great masters have always taught the importance of discipline, not as punishment, but as a declaration of self-respect. When you are disciplined, you prove to yourself that you are in control. You do not wait for motivation. You do not wait for inspiration to strike. You act because you have decided that your future is worth the effort. Take control of your time, eliminate distractions, set priorities. Remove anything that does not serve your highest self. Wake up early. Start your day with intention. Follow through on your commitments. The moment you allow laziness to creep in, you lose control. But the moment you reclaim your time, you reclaim your power. Ask yourself, what habits make you weaker? Wasting time on distractions? Procrastinating? Indulging in comfort instead of growth? Now, ask yourself the opposite. What habits make you stronger? What can you do today to become the most disciplined version of yourself? The greatest warriors, the most powerful leaders, the unstoppable forces throughout history, they all had one thing in common. They mastered discipline. They did not wait for the right time. They did not make excuses. They controlled their actions, their thoughts, their routines, and in doing so, they controlled their destinies. Today is the day you take full responsibility for your time. No more wasted hours, no more distractions, no more excuses. From this moment forward, you are no longer the same person. You are stronger, you are more focused, you are more disciplined than ever before. This is how you rise. This is how you take command of your future. Your body is a reflection of your discipline, your energy, and your mindset. If you want to become unrecognizable in the way you move, the way you think, the way you live, then you must start treating your body as a temple, a vessel of power, resilience, and strength. Every great transformation begins with the body. The way you carry yourself, the way you push yourself beyond limits, the way you fuel yourself with purpose, these are the foundations of a mind and spirit that are unbreakable. Weakness in the body leads to weakness in the mind, and weakness in the mind leads to weakness in the soul. This is why the greatest masters, the most disciplined warriors, the most unshakable individuals have always understood one thing: the body and the mind are one. The world does not hand strength to those who do not demand it. Strength is forged. It is built rep by rep, step by step, breath by breath. It is created in moments of discomfort, in moments of struggle, in moments where every fiber of your being wants to stop, but you refuse. Today is the day you stop neglecting your physical self. Today is the day you break free from the cycle of laziness, self-neglect, and excuses. No more waiting for the right time. No more telling yourself you'll start tomorrow. The path to strength begins now. Push your body beyond its limits. Whether it's lifting, running, training, stretching, move. Move with purpose. Move with intention. Feel the resistance. Feel the pain. Embrace it, because every ounce of effort, every drop of sweat, is proof that you are leaving the weaker version of yourself behind. Every rep is a declaration that you are done making excuses. Every step forward is proof that you are stepping into a stronger version of yourself. Your body is fueled by what you put into it. If you feed it like a weak person, with processed junk, with empty calories, with carelessness, it will reflect that weakness. But if you fuel it with purpose, with strength, with nourishment, it will carry you to heights you never imagined. Eat for energy. Eat for power. Drink water like it is the elixir of life, because it is. Treat your body like a warrior would, with the respect and discipline it deserves. But power is not just about pushing, it is also about recovery. Your body does not grow stronger in the moments of effort. It grows stronger in the moments of rest, when it is given the time to rebuild, to adapt, to prepare for what comes next. Sleep is not a luxury, it is a weapon. Deep, uninterrupted rest is the foundation of strength. Remove the habits that steal your energy. Set a nightly routine that primes you for deep, restorative sleep. Keep your mind free from distractions. The greatest warriors do not waste their nights. They prepare for battle. Stand in front of the mirror and recognize that this is just the beginning. True physical transformation does not happen in a day. It does not happen in a week. It happens over time, through discipline, through effort, through relentless commitment. But the moment you decide that you are done with weakness, the moment you commit to the path of strength, your transformation begins. You will feel the difference, not just in your muscles, not just in your endurance, but in the way you carry yourself, the way you think, the way you move through life. Strength is no longer something you desire, it is something you embody. Power is not about arrogance. It is not about forcing the world to respect you. It is about carrying yourself in such a way that respect is given without question. Confidence is not a gift. It is not something you are born with. It is something you build, something you cultivate, something you unleash. The world does not respect those who shrink themselves. It does not recognize those who walk with doubt, who speak with uncertainty, who hesitate in their own power. The world respects those who carry themselves with certainty, with strength, with presence. You do not need approval. You do not need validation. Confidence does not come from external sources. It comes from within. A person who owns nothing but their discipline can command respect without speaking a word. Why? Because confidence is not about what you have. It is about what you embody. When you respect yourself, when you trust in your own strength, the world will mirror that respect back to you. Stand tall, shoulders back, chest open. Move through the world like someone who knows they belong. When you speak, do not whisper. Do not shrink your voice to make others comfortable. Speak with intention, with clarity, with power. When you meet someone's gaze, hold it. Let them see the certainty in your eyes. Let them feel the presence of someone who does not waver. Self-doubt is an illusion. It is a habit that you have trained yourself into believing. But just as it was learned, it can be unlearned. Every time you catch yourself hesitating, doubting, questioning your own worth, interrupt it. Replace it. Tell yourself a different story. Instead of saying, "What if I fail?" say, I will succeed because I refuse to quit. Instead of thinking, I'm not sure I can do this, affirm, I am fully capable of handling anything that comes my way. Confidence is built in moments of courage. The more you prove to yourself that you are capable, the stronger that confidence becomes. Act with boldness. Confidence is not about always feeling ready. It is about moving forward even when you are uncertain. Push yourself into situations that force you to grow. Speak up when your voice trembles. Take action when fear tries to paralyze you. Every time you step beyond your comfort zone, your confidence expands. Every time you face a challenge head-on, you become more unstoppable. By the end of today, you will feel it. A shift, a difference in the way you carry yourself, the way you think, the way the world responds to you. People will notice, not because you are trying to impress them, but because the energy you radiate has changed. You no longer seek approval. You do not ask for confidence. You embody it. You own it. And from this day forward, that is who you are. Momentum is the force that separates those who try from those who succeed. It is what turns small efforts into unstoppable transformation. It is what takes a single action and multiplies it into something greater. Without momentum, motivation fades. Without momentum, discipline weakens. But once you generate unstoppable momentum, nothing can stand in your way. You do not need motivation. You do not need constant inspiration. You move forward because it has become who you are. You do not stop to question whether you feel like doing something. You do it because it is part of your nature. Everything in life moves. The rivers flow, the winds shift, the seasons change, and so must you. Stagnation is the enemy of progress. A person who remains still for too long becomes stuck, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. The only way to escape this is to build momentum and never stop improving. Most people think momentum happens by accident. They believe that some days they will feel productive while others they won't. But true momentum is not based on feelings. It is built through consistency. It is created through stacking small wins, day after day, until success becomes a habit that cannot be broken. Think of a massive boulder at the top of a hill. At first, it takes great effort to push it forward, but once it starts rolling, it picks up speed, becoming faster, stronger, unstoppable. Your life works the same way. The hardest part is always the beginning, the first step into the gym, the first morning waking up early, the first time choosing discipline over comfort. But once you establish a pattern of success, it gets easier. The effort decreases, but the results increase. Hesitation is the enemy of momentum. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes. Train yourself to act immediately. If you decide to work out, don't think. Move. If you need to start an important task, don't delay. Begin. The faster you act, the less resistance you face. Momentum is built through action, and action must continue no matter how you feel. The key is to never break the chain. Skip one day, and it becomes easier to skip another. But if you keep moving, even in small ways, your progress remains intact. This is how momentum is built. This is how transformation becomes permanent. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is not talent, luck, or intelligence. It is momentum, the force that turns effort into progress, the force that transforms discipline into mastery. It is the invisible current that carries you forward when others stop, that keeps you moving even when the path is unclear. Without momentum, motivation fades, discipline weakens, and progress slows to a halt. But once momentum is built, nothing can stand in its way. It does not rely on feelings. It does not wait for inspiration. It simply moves, relentless, unstoppable, undeniable. Momentum is not an accident. It does not happen by chance. It is built through action, through repetition, through small victories that stack on top of one another until success becomes inevitable. Most people make the mistake of thinking that momentum is something they will feel when the time is right, but that is an illusion. Momentum is something you create. It does not come from waiting, it comes from doing. Think of a train at rest. At first, it takes immense force to get it moving, but once it gains speed, once it reaches full momentum, it becomes nearly impossible to stop. This is your life. The hardest part is always the beginning, the first workout, the first disciplined decision, the first step away from comfort. But the more you move, the more unstoppable you become. Every time you push forward, every time you refuse to quit, every time you choose action over hesitation, your momentum builds. The secret to momentum is simple: never stop. The moment you pause, the moment you allow distractions, doubt, or procrastination to creep in, your energy slows, your progress stalls, and once you stop, starting again is even harder. This is why discipline is the foundation of momentum. It is not about doing what is easy, it is about doing what is necessary, no matter how you feel. The mind will always try to resist, to find reasons why now is not the right time, why you should wait, why you should take a break. But the mind can be trained, and once you train it to act without hesitation, you become unstoppable. The greatest mistake people make is believing they need motivation to take action. They wait until they feel ready, until the conditions are perfect. But the truth is, action creates motivation, not the other way around. If you move, if you take even the smallest step, the energy shifts. A single action leads to another, and before you know it, you are in motion. This is how momentum is built, not in sudden bursts of effort, but in small, consistent actions that compound over time. Every action you take is a signal to your subconscious mind. When you choose discipline over comfort, you are training yourself to be stronger. When you push forward despite resistance, you are conditioning yourself for greatness. And over time, these choices become effortless. What was once difficult becomes automatic. What once required willpower becomes second nature. This is the power of momentum. It turns effort into habit, discipline into identity, and struggle into transformation. Momentum is not just about action. It is about eliminating everything that slows you down. Every distraction, every wasted moment, every excuse is a weight dragging you backward. Look at your life. Where is your energy being drained? Where are you allowing weakness to take hold? Social media, mindless entertainment, toxic influences. These are the forces that steal momentum, that rob you of progress without you even realizing it. The most powerful individuals in history, the ones who reshaped the world, understood one thing: time is the most valuable resource. They did not waste it. They did not allow themselves to be pulled in 100 different directions. They moved with purpose, with clarity, with absolute focus. Momentum is about control. Control over your time, control over your actions, control over your energy. If you want to move forward at full speed, you must cut away everything that holds you back. Do not hesitate. Do not negotiate with distractions. Decide what matters and give it everything. The reason most people never build momentum is that they allow themselves too many options. They leave the door open for excuses, for hesitation, for second-guessing. But true power comes from commitment. When you decide that failure is not an option, that stopping is not an option, that turning back is not an option, momentum becomes inevitable. Discipline is the fuel of momentum. It is what keeps you moving when motivation fades. It is what turns effort into progress. There will be days when you do not feel like showing up, days when your mind tries to convince you to take it easy, but those are the days that matter most. Every time you push through resistance, every time you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses, your momentum builds. And the stronger it gets, the harder it becomes to stop. Imagine where you would be if you never slowed down, if you never let self-doubt, procrastination, or fear break your momentum. If you woke up every day and took action, no matter how you felt. If you refused to stop, refused to hesitate, refused to waste even a second. Where would you be in a month? In 6 months? In a year? The answer is clear. You would be unrecognizable, stronger, sharper, more powerful than you ever imagined. This is what momentum creates. And the best part? Once you reach a certain speed, it no longer requires effort to maintain. Success becomes automatic. Growth becomes inevitable. Power becomes your nature. But understand this, momentum is fragile. It can take months to build and only moments to destroy. One bad habit, one excuse, one step backward can halt your progress entirely. This is why mastery is about vigilance. You must protect your momentum like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. This is how the strongest warriors, the greatest leaders, the most unshakable individuals rise to power. They do not wait. They do not hesitate. They do not stop. They create momentum. They protect it, and they let it carry them forward with unstoppable force. You have already begun. You have already taken the first steps. The fire is burning. The wheels are turning. Now the only thing that matters is that you keep going. No slowing down. No looking back. No more stopping. Every day, every action, every decision, forward. Push harder, move faster, build strength, build speed, build an unstoppable force so powerful that nothing, no doubt, no failure, no obstacle can stand in its way. This is your moment. This is your momentum. Do not let it slip away. The world does not wait for those who hesitate. The world belongs to those who move, the ones who take action, the ones who never stop, the ones who understand that true power is not given, it is earned. Step forward, keep pushing, keep rising, because once momentum takes hold, once the fire is lit, once the force is set in motion, nothing in this world can stop you. The power you seek is not something you stumble upon by chance. It is something you forge, something you create, something you claim. Strength is not given, it is earned. It is built in the moments when you refuse to quit, in the moments when your body is exhausted but you push forward anyway, in the moments when your mind screams for comfort but you silence it with action. The world does not reward hesitation. It does not wait for those who seek permission. It bends to those who move with certainty, to those who command their own destiny, to those who step into their power without fear. Momentum alone is not enough. It must be sustained, protected, and amplified. Too many people build momentum only to let it slip through their fingers. They allow distractions, doubt, and laziness to creep in, slowly eroding the progress they fought so hard to make. But you are not most people. You do not work for temporary results. You are here to dominate, to rise, to transform permanently. And that means understanding the difference between effort and mastery. Effort is temporary. Mastery is forever. Every action you take moves you in one of two directions, forward or backward. There is no standing still. There is no neutrality. If you are not pushing forward with discipline, you are slipping back into weakness. Every decision, no matter how small, either reinforces your strength or erodes it. The food you eat, the way you train, the way you spend your time, the way you speak to yourself, all of it matters. It is all part of the foundation you are building. Weak foundations crumble. Solid foundations withstand any storm. Mastery begins with the body. A powerful mind cannot exist in a weak body. A warrior's discipline cannot be housed in a vessel that is neglected and frail. This is why the greatest minds, the strongest leaders, the most unshakable individuals have always understood one thing: physical mastery is the gateway to mental dominance. Your body is not just a machine. It is not just muscle and bone. It is the physical manifestation of your discipline, your energy, your resilience. It is the armor you wear into battle every single day. And if you are not training it, sharpening it, strengthening it, then you are leaving yourself vulnerable to weakness. Your body speaks to the world before you ever say a word. It announces who you are. It tells the world whether you are disciplined or careless, whether you are powerful or passive, whether you command respect or fade into the background. You do not need to prove yourself with words when your presence speaks louder than anything you could say. The way you walk, the way you stand, the way you carry yourself, it all sends a message. And the question is, what message are you sending? Training is not about vanity. It is not about aesthetics. It is about forging an unbreakable connection between body and mind. When you push your body beyond what it thinks it can handle, you rewire your brain. You reprogram your limits. You expand your capacity for discipline, for focus, for control. Every time you force yourself to keep going when you want to stop, you are strengthening not just your muscles, but your mind. You are teaching yourself that you do not break, that you do not quit. That pain does not control you. You control it. This is why the strongest individuals do not see training as optional. It is not something they do when they feel like it. It is a non-negotiable part of their existence. They do not ask themselves, should I train today? They train because it is part of who they are. And that is the shift you must make. Exercise is not something you fit into your life when it is convenient. It is the foundation of your power. It is a daily declaration that you are in control of your own evolution. The weak look for comfort. They wait for motivation. They stop when things get difficult. The strong, they train when they are tired. They train when they don't feel like it. They train when there are 100 reasons to quit. And because of that, they become unstoppable. Your energy is a direct result of how you treat your body. Feed it garbage, and you will feel like garbage. Treat it like a machine that needs maintenance, and it will serve you with unrelenting strength. Every bite of food you take is either fuel or poison. Every meal is an opportunity to sharpen your edge or dull it. There is no in-between. The greatest warriors, the most disciplined minds, have always understood that what you put into your body is what you get out of it. But strength is not just about action. It is about recovery. You cannot move at full speed if your body is constantly drained. Sleep is not for the weak. Rest is not for those who lack drive. Recovery is where your body rebuilds itself, where your mind sharpens, where your energy regenerates. Treat your sleep like a ritual, like an essential part of your training. Remove the distractions that steal your rest. Let go of the habits that drain you without giving anything in return. A well-rested mind is a powerful mind. A well-recovered body is an unbreakable force. When you walk into a room, people should feel your presence before you ever say a word. This is not about arrogance. This is about energy, about power, about the unshakable confidence that comes from knowing exactly who you are. The most powerful people do not seek attention. They do not beg for validation. Their confidence is silent but undeniable. They command respect not because they ask for it, but because they embody it. Confidence is built through action. It is forged in the moments when you do the hard things, when you keep your promises to yourself, when you push through fear and hesitation. Every time you follow through on a commitment, your confidence grows. Every time you take action instead of making excuses, your belief in yourself strengthens. Confidence is not a gift. It is not something some people are born with and others are not. It is something you build moment by moment, decision by decision, action by action. Walk like you own your space. Speak with clarity. Move with purpose. Train your body so that when you look in the mirror, you see strength, not weakness. And most importantly, eliminate self-doubt. Do not let weak thoughts live rent-free in your mind. Every time you catch yourself thinking small, replace it. Every time doubt tries to creep in, crush it with action. The only way to build confidence is to prove to yourself, over and over again, that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. This is the path to power. It is not given. It is not granted. It is earned through sweat, through effort, through relentless commitment. The world belongs to those who refuse to be ordinary, to those who refuse to settle, to those who demand more from themselves every single day. You have already begun. You have already made the decision to rise. Now, all that is left is to keep going. No second guessing, no slowing down, no turning back. Every day, every action, every decision, forward. Because once you step into your power, once you claim it fully, there is no limit to what you can become. Power is not something you wait for. It is not something that arrives one day when the conditions are perfect. Power is something you take. It is something you claim with every choice, every action, every relentless step forward. Most people will never understand this. They will spend their lives waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, the right feeling of motivation to strike. But those who rise to the top, those who become unstoppable, they do not wait. They move, they create, they take control of their own transformation, refusing to let circumstances, fear, or hesitation dictate their destiny. You are either in control of your life or your life is controlling you. There is no in-between. If you wake up every day reacting to the world, letting distractions pull you in every direction, allowing emotions to dictate your decisions, then you are not in control. You are a passenger. But the moment you decide to take ownership, to set the course, to eliminate the noise, to sharpen your focus, that is the moment everything changes. Most people do not fail because they lack ability. They fail because they lack consistency. They start strong, fueled by excitement, but when that excitement fades, they lose momentum. They allow distractions to creep in, they let their discipline slip, and they convince themselves that taking a break is harmless. But what they don't realize is that every time they break the chain of momentum, they weaken their own foundation. The strongest individuals, the ones who dominate in every area of life, do not rely on fleeting bursts of motivation. They rely on habits, on discipline, on an unshakable commitment to their vision. Your habits will either build you or destroy you. Look at your daily routine. Every decision you make, no matter how small, is shaping the person you are becoming. The time you wake up, the way you start your morning, the food you eat, the thoughts you entertain, the actions you take. These are not random choices. They are bricks in the foundation of your future. Weak habits create a weak life. Strong habits create an unstoppable force. If you want to be unrecognizable 6 months from now, it starts with your habits. There is no secret formula. There is no shortcut. The process is simple. Identify the habits that make you stronger and do them every single day. Identify the habits that make you weaker and eliminate them without hesitation. This is where most people fail. They try to hold on to comfort while reaching for greatness. They want discipline, but they don't want to let go of laziness. They want success, but they refuse to part with the habits that have kept them small. You cannot have both. If you want transformation, you must be willing to burn the bridge to your old self. Every day, every action, every moment is either moving you closer to your goal or pulling you away from it. There is no neutral ground. Either you are sharpening your mind, strengthening your body, reinforcing your discipline, or you are weakening it. And the truth is, The small decisions matter more than the big ones. Anyone can make a powerful decision once. Anyone can commit to something for a week. But the true test is in the details, in the unseen moment. Every moment you spend in weakness is a moment stolen from your future. And the truth is, the strongest version of yourself is not far away. It is already within you, waiting to be revealed. But it will not come from thinking about change. It will not come from hoping things get better. It will come from action, from discipline, from an unshakable commitment to never slow down. You have already come too far to turn back now. You have already made the decision to rise. Now, all that matters is that you keep going. No hesitation, no second guessing, no looking back. The world does not wait for those who hesitate. It belongs to those who move, those who refuse to stop, those who push forward no matter what. Every day, every decision, every action, forward. You do not need to know every step of the journey. You do not need to see the entire path. All you need to do is keep moving, keep pushing, keep building the momentum that will carry you to heights you never imagined. Because once you step into your power, once you claim it fully, there is no limit to what you can become. Strength is not given, it is not inherited, and it is not reserved for the select few who were born with some special advantage. Strength is built. It is carved out of struggle, forged in fire, and earned through relentless commitment. Every day you are either getting stronger or weaker. Every decision you make is either sharpening your mind or dulling it. There is no standing still. There is no neutral. Either you are rising or you are falling. And the ones who rise, they are the ones who refuse to let weakness dictate their lives. Most people will never experience what it feels like to be truly unstoppable. Not because they aren't capable, but because they quit before they ever reach that level. They stop when it gets uncomfortable. They hesitate when it gets difficult. They make excuses instead of pushing forward. But you are not most people. You are here for more. You are here to break through the limits that have held you back, to silence the voice of doubt, to step into a version of yourself that does not bend, does not waver, does not break. The mind will always seek comfort. It will always try to protect you from discomfort, from struggle, from hardship. But what the mind does not understand is that struggle is the path to power. Growth does not happen in ease. Strength is not built in moments of relaxation. The body, the mind, the spirit, they are hardened through challenge. Every time you push beyond your limits, every time you override the urge to quit, every time you embrace the pain instead of running from it, you grow stronger. You have to train yourself to love the struggle, to crave the process, to seek out resistance, knowing that resistance is where you evolve. The weak fear the struggle. They avoid it. They run from it. But the strong, they embrace it. They know that discomfort is the key to transformation. They know that every moment of pain is a step closer to greatness. Most people think they need motivation to keep going. They wait for inspiration to strike. They tell themselves they will start when they feel ready. But readiness is a lie. The ones who succeed are the ones who move forward whether they feel like it or not. They understand that motivation is fleeting, but discipline is forever. If you only act when you feel inspired, you will never reach your potential. You must train yourself to take action, no matter how you feel. Success is simple, not easy, but simple. Show up every day. Do the work. Do not complain. Do not make excuses. Do not negotiate with weakness. If you commit to that, if you stay locked in with an unshakable focus, success is inevitable. It may not come overnight. It may not come in a month, but it will come. The only question is, will you still be standing when it does? Most people don't fail because they aren't talented. They don't fail because they aren't smart enough or strong enough. They fail because they give up too soon. They stop when it gets hard. They let doubt creep in and convince them to settle. But what they don't realize is that the moment when they feel like quitting, when they feel like they have nothing left to give, that is the moment right before the breakthrough. That is the moment when the weak give up and the strong push forward. Pain is temporary. Weakness is a choice. Growth is earned. And the moment you understand this, the moment you accept that nothing will be handed to you, that you must take it, that you must fight for it, that is the moment you step into real power. You have already come too far to stop now. You have already put in too much work to turn back. And the truth is, you are closer than you think. Every struggle you've faced, every setback, every moment of doubt, it has all been leading to this. You are not here to be average. You are not here to blend in, to live a life of mediocrity. You are here to rise, to dominate, to become the strongest,